this year in my digital interactive media class, my students were given the task to create a podcast. Before this project, most of them had never heard of a podcast before. And a lot of my students do have access to the internet through their cell phones, but not enough of them are really curious about the content creation side of the internet. So this was a project to help introduce them to how to be content creators and not just passive media consumers. The first hurdle the students had to overcome was not just defining what a podcast was, but finding a really good example of one. Most of them flocked to YouTube, and they found podcasts on subjects ranging from music, movies, video games, and food. I made them fill out a critique telling me exactly why they liked a particular podcast. And I was hesitant I was going to get a lot of the stock, "I don't know, miss, I just like it" answers. I was pleasantly surprised to find out they were very articulate in their reasoning for liking particular broadcasts. One student mentioned that they liked the fact that the podcast changed topics frequently. This kept them interested and made them want to listen to more. Another mentioned how a particular video game podcast didn't just show gameplay, but gave very detailed reviews for why they liked it. After defining what a podcast is and finding good and bad examples came the hardest part, actually making a produced audio piece. Because my classroom is set up in a group setting, students already had a team with which to create their projects. The first step was teaching the students the proper names, use, and care for the audio equipment. This step was fairly easy, as the students were interested in learning how to use the digital recorder and the soundboard. Now that they knew how to use the equipment, I then had to get them to work in their groups towards a common goal. I started by making the groups pick a topic for their podcast. Each student had to pick a topic that they wanted to talk about and convince their table mates as to why their topic was the best choice. This had its pros and cons, in that the students who were passive about the project easily gave into the passionate students who were excited to have the chance to create something. Once the teams had a topic, they began to plan out their episodes. I required them to record and edit 3 15-minute episodes for their podcast, along with create a name and a style of presenting. Once they finished recording their audio, they then had to edit it to the required time length, correct any errors during the recording, such as background noise or gaps in talking, and publish the audio publicly on the internet. Here's a short clip of one of the podcasts that my students made.
To the concerts! Iggy Azalea is coming to Dallas in June with Nick Jonas, so keep your eyes out for her. Nick Jonas.
No, but who's coming? The first one?
Iggy.
Oh.
She's going on tour with Nick Jonas. She's coming to American Airlines Centers, actually. Josh, don't you dare say anything.
Alright.
Wiz Khalifa is going on tour with Fall Out Boy and coming to Dallas in June, which I'm very excited to see that because Fall Out Boy is amazing. And I know that they will make Wiz Khalifa amazing as well. Because, you know,
He's already amazing.
Wiz Khalifa would be
Wiz
nothing
don't even
without
know
Fall
what
Out
world he is
Boy.
in right now.
Next up is Chris Brown. He's going on
Lies.
He's going on a tour with Trey Songz and Tyga, coming to Dallas in June. So keep your eyes out for them. They're all going to be at the American Airlines Center, so be looking out for them. In the meantime, for our unknown artist of the day, we are going to be introducing y'all to Machine Gun Kelly, which is MGK, who we have talked about a lot in this podcast already. Tell us a little bit about MGK, Josh.
Well, he's very creative with his music. He combined it with rock. He also made some electro type of music with Steve Aoki, something like that. I don't know it that much. But he also made a song with backstory like Eminem has. And he's also made music like Wiz Khalifa has. So he just combines it with all different types.
And another one, SPM.
SPM, sadly, he was getting up in his career, but he got locked up for 45 years because he got framed with a crime that he claims he didn't do. And he claims that it was just racist because he was Mexican. And he got sentenced to 45 years, and after that, nobody's heard of him.
All right, so yeah, go check them out. And in the meantime, we'll be working on the next episode coming at you later. We're Red Record. I'm Mariah Reyna.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Alfonso.
And we're signing out. Thanks for coming.